Okay, so we're just going to go into a practice period of applying this lesson in this moment right now. So, yeah, you can just gently close your eyes and go inward. And if you have an upset or a problem or, any doubt or fear, just allow that to come to mind. So we're allowing the darkness to come up. We're not pushing it down. We're not distracting away. We're just gently just looking on what's there, what's arising. So it could be a feeling in your body, it could be a sensation of sickness or pain, or it could be a situation. It could be a person, an upset with a person, certain ideas, beliefs about a person, beliefs about yourself, something that's sort of just up at the moment that you want to work with in this practice period, so that we can practically apply this lesson for today to help shift our mind and accept the replacement thought system of the Holy Spirit, which replaces all our errors, replaces all the darkness with the light. So just naming whatever that thing or situation. And the Holy Spirit tells us that, well, Jesus tells us in this lesson that unshaken does the Holy Spirit look on what you see, on sin and pain and death, on grief and separation and on loss. So maybe your issue falls into one of those categories. Sin can be seeming sin of someone else or our own sin. Pain, sense of pain somewhere. Death or grief. Yeah, grief's a big one. As you go deeper into the ego's, or start exposing the ego's thought system, there's a lot of feeling of grief. Because it's based on separation, it's based on, like he says, death. It's based on sin, it's based on attack. And there's a lot of effects that come from that idea that we feel grief, loss, sadness. And so Jesus is telling us, unshaken does the Holy Spirit look on these things, look on what we see. So we're seeing that, we're thinking those thoughts. He says we've invented the world we see. We've made that up. This is our dream of death, our dream of loss, our dream of separation. And unshaken does the Holy Spirit look on all of this that we see, that we think, that we're dreaming, that we're imagining, that we hold to be true in our own experience here. So just imagine the Holy Spirit in your mind looking at this with you. So you're seeing it, you're feeling it, and he's there with you looking at it, and he's there unshaken. He's not disturbed. He's he doesn't believe it's real. And he says, yet does he know one thing is still true. The Holy Spirit knows that God is love, and this is not his will. So this that you're experiencing, the grief, the sadness, the loss, the pain, the death, the sin, that all of that is not his will. It's not God's will. So just applying that to your situation or whatever's up for you. Remember that the Holy Spirit is with you. And unshaken, is he looking at what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, what you think is real. And he knows, he's sharing with you that, no, God is love. Reality is love. You are actually love. And all of this is not his will. It's not real. So these are the thoughts that heal. This is the thought that brings the darkness to the light and replaces all the thoughts of sin and grief and loss and attack with the thought that God is love. No, this can't be, this is not his will. This can't be true. God is love. So this is the grand replacement thought system for the thoughts that we made, the thought system that we made, and are therefore having an experience, a dream, where those thoughts seem to be true. But we have now a light come into our mind, come into the darkened areas of our mind that thought these thoughts were true, and reminds us that no, this is not his will. God is love. Reality is love. You're love. And this simply is not his will. And see if you can see how, if the symptoms of the dark thoughts start alleviating a bit or releasing a bit through that application. This is not his will. So maybe it's grief. And how loving to be told, to be helped, to be shown that this is not his will. This experience, although it seems real, it's not his will. How beneficent that grief is not his will. That I can be healed from this thought, from this feeling, through these mighty words, these mighty thoughts, these thoughts that save us from false ideas, save us from our dream of darkness. God still is love, and this is not his will. So it can't be real. It's not true. It's a dream. It's imagination. It's okay. I can let it go. I can see through it now. I can unbelieve what I believed. I can unmake. I can undo what I thought I thought. This is the thought which brings illusions to the truth and sees them as appearances behind which is the changeless and the sure. This is the thought which saves and which forgives, because it lays no faith in what was not created by the only source it knows. How beautiful. It lays no thought, it lays no faith in what is not created by the only source it knows. God is still love. God still is love. That's what the Holy Spirit is telling us. That's what the voice for God is telling us. And we can join with that and practice that all through the day. God still is love, and this is not his will. It wasn't made by God, wasn't created by God. It's not his will. It's not part of reality. God's will is love, and anything other than that cannot be true. This is how we dispel illusions and wake up from the dream. It lays no faith in what is not created by the only source it knows. The only source it knows is love. And I will not give any faith to what is not created by the source of love. This is a thought whose function is to save by giving you its function as your own. He has one answer to appearances, to all appearances, regardless of their form, their size, their depth, or any attribute they seem to have. Salvation is my only function here. God still is love, and this is not his will. So just see if you can feel that. See if you can feel some relief, some relaxation, some letting go with this beautiful healing idea that you're now applying to your mind. Remembering the will of God is love, that is reality. And anything other than that has not been created by the will of love and is therefore not true. So I can simply let it go, see its unreality. If it's not his will, it's not true. Try to perceive the strength in what you say, for these are the words in which your freedom lies. Your Father loves you. All the world of pain or grief or loss or sin or doubt or fear is not his will. It's not part of him. It's not coming from him. And it's ultimately not real. Forgive the thought that he wanted this for you. Forgive the thought that he willed this for you, or that this was part of your lot in life. Forgive the thought that this is a real will, that this is real. And then let the thought that God still is love and this is not his will replace all of your mistakes and enter in the dark place of your mind that thought the other thoughts that you thought were real, that were never his will. Let this thought replace those thoughts that never were his will. These thoughts of grief and loss and death, attack and sin. Let this healing thought, God still is love, and this is not his will. Let that heal your mind. Let it give a soothing balm to your mind. Let it comfort your mind. Let it heal your mind. Let your mind become one with God's through this idea. Let it lighten up all darkened spots and shine through them to join your mind with the rest of your mind, which is light, which is love. It is God's will your mind be one with his. That your mind be one with his, one with a mind of love, of peace, of joy, of certainty, of safety and happiness. That's your true mind. It is his will that your mind be one with his. So allow your mind to be healed and become one again. To see its oneness through forgiveness of these dark thoughts. To see its oneness with God. That it's alive, that it's real, that it's whole, that it's complete. That's what your mind really wants to know. It wants to know God again. It wants to know that it's love, that it's whole, that it's complete, that it's divine, that it's light, that it's innocent and sinless and nothing ever happened. That these dark thoughts are not his will and they're not real. That it was just a silly dream, just an invention, just my imagination. I can come back to reality, to truth, through this lesson, applying this lesson today, throughout the day, as best I can. Turn to him who shares your function with you and let him teach you what you need to learn to lay all fear and doubt aside and know yourself as love, which has no opposite in you. Thus do you lay forgiveness on your mind and let all fear be gently laid aside, that love may find its rightful place in you and show you that you are the Son of God. So just gently, 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 gently today, when you remember, remembering it's just gentleness and a loving reminder to come back to love again today. I'll just leave you to practice in your own way in silence until we meet next time.